Alright guys, what's happening? I want to recap yesterday's trade, and then I really want to break down some of the stocks that I'm watching. I want to break down a lot of main support levels, resistance levels, what I plan on trading on Monday. There's going to be some really good stuff, but first of all, I did have a red day yesterday. The first stock that I shorted, I actually alerted. It was a really good trade. I shorted AKAR. I shorted 200 shares, 590, 580, and then I had the rest of my order set up all the way up to shorting 630s. I only got filled on the 200 shares. I did end up covering my position in the 550s. So this was a really good trade. Really easy, really simple. I just didn't get all my shares filled, and it was my fault. I should have looked more on the history of the stock. I should have had a lot more prepared, but coming into Monday, I definitely will have a really good game plan for this stock. So this, I had a green trade on. I won $60 on this. The big trade that I lost on, which a lot of guys in our chat room capitalized on, was CLSK. This one I had a red trade on. I lost, I think around $400. When I looked at the history of the stock, I went to the 1 year. I looked at the history of the stock on my phone. Really wasn't that great. This one I definitely was not prepared to trade. So this is the result. When you're not prepared, this is what's going to happen. You're going to have a red day because, I wasn't prepared on the stock. So where I went wrong was I thought the stock was going to close green, but I was way wrong on that. The only good thing is when I was buying, I bought the backside of the move, which, yeah, it sucks. But I was buying in this 320, so that was the only plus, I guess, to this trade, is I was buying near support. And then I cut the trade, I believe, on this red candle somewhere. I'd have to look back at my time and sales. I had so many tickets that I could only fit so much on my thing, but... And then I ended up re-shorting this stock once right here. Got faked out covered. Once right here, got faked out covered. And then I re-shorted again right here. And then I got faked out right here. Yeah, like I said, I was not prepared on the stock. So it ended up being a bad trade. The only good thing is I did short this one down here in the 240s. And then I covered, I think, in the 220s. That was the only green trade I had on this, which was $100. So that kind of brought the loss back down, so which wasn't bad. So this one really got me. Like I say, I was not prepared for this one. So ended up costing me a red day. And then the other stock that I traded was ASTC. I shorted right here in the 370s. I covered my position. I had 500 shares short. I covered right here in the 340s. And then it came down to the 315. And then I re-shorted here. I covered on this pop. And then I re-shorted again over here. And then covered right here. This one I won $160 on. So this was a good trade. This is being prepared. And that other trade was not being prepared. So... it is what it is. I'll show you my P&L. So that way if you want to stop watching video there, it was a red day. But that was my P&L. And like I say, I had a lot of tickets, but this is all I could fit on there. So I lost $296. It wasn't that terrible. So let's get on with that was yesterday. small loss. It's just showing you being prepared and not being prepared. This stock, I knew the levels. That other stock, trading off my phone, and the way I looked at the stock, got my mindset all messed up, so that's what happens. Okay, so let's get into the juicy stuff. Yeah, the juicy stuff. So, I'm going to get rid of all this arrows and stuff like that. We don't need any of that. Just bear with me. I'm just trying to get rid of this so my charts are a lot cleaner. So, here is the thing come Monday. This stock was up. Okay. Here's your price levels. Get rid of this 342 because that hasn't. So, this 356, big level. If you're long bias trader and this 356 holds a support, the stock's going to 420s. If it breaks 420s, it can go even higher. It can go all the way up to 6 to 755. Just look at the history, you'll know exactly. But if the stock cannot break 356, which I'm anticipating it cannot, but like I say, Monday anything can happen. I'm prepared either way on this trade. I'm either going to be shorting it or I'm going to be longing it. This stock I will be trading on Monday. So, if we cannot break this 356, do not buy this stock. Where's this stock going to go? To 288. And where does it go after that? To 237 to 225. This 356 level is going to be huge. So, just remember, 356, mark it on your charts. This is going to be a big level. This is going to determine if the stock if it cracks or if it continues further up. So that is definitely my plan on this stock. Where I got these levels, let me just show you. This is how I break this down. All of this is just a price channel. So back here on 325, this stock went from $1.60 to $7.75. It had a pullback. Where I got this level, okay, right here. The next day, this stock went from 287 to high of 379. Okay, so this is a price channel. If 379 breaks, where does this go? To the 580s. Okay, once the 580s break, where does this go? Back to 280, 287. This 287 cracks, goes to 277. So this is where I'm getting this level. This 356 to 288, it's a major channel on the stock. So that's why I said I have a plan for both sides of this trade. If we hold above 356, I'm long in the stock. If we can't break 356, I'm shorting the stock. My price target, 288. So that's my game plan on ASTC. Now, my next game plan is going to be KEER. I'll break this one down for you. So, Monday, 4.6, this stock went from a low of 189 to high of 411. The next day, it went from, or not the next, yeah, the next day it went from 411, gapped up, to 885. It had a huge pullback. Okay, so the price channels 473 to 885. The next day, what did the stock do? It had a gap up. It went from 669 to 536. That's the price channel. 696, 536. And then today, Friday, I actually shorted the stock. This is how I was not prepared. My level was 550 to cover my short. I did not look at this properly. Now I have this all properly charted. So if we cannot break this 536 becomes resistance. Where does the price go? To 473. 473 cracks, where does this price go? 411. So on and so forth. I think personally this 473 is going to be consolidation around there, and we're going to retest this 586. But if it just flushes right through 473, my price target's 411. If we break a high side of 586, I would long it as long as this turns into support, and my price target 696. It has to break 628 first. So I hope you're seeing how I'm getting all these price channels. So from this day forward, this is how I'm going to look at my price channels. All it is just a price channel. So if you go on this 1 day, 1 minute, look at how these price channels line up. 586 to 536. Now look at this. Right here. Look at that. 536. So, Monday, the key level is 536. And let's go back out to 473. So, this might have a little channel in here for a little bit. But it will break either 473 or it will break out of 536. One of these two are going to happen. You just have to be prepared for both sides. So, that's my analysis on KEER. The next one that I'm going to be watching is MFA. So, back here, we went from a low of 29 cents to 289. We pulled back. From 289, we had 164. So 164 is going to be your hang on a second, let me just get rid of that. 164 is going to be your key area. 177, 164. If this thing cracks it, where does it go? Now, it can retest this 278, and it comes back to 164. So, 164 to 178 to 289, all this is just a price channel. So, if we crack 164, where does this stock go? This stock goes to 95 cents. 97.95. So, on Monday, let's just draw your lines. So Monday 281. This is the highest point, 232, 240. So if 240 if it can't break 240, where does it go? It comes back to 164. So my price target on this is either going to be it breaks above 240, it starts running. My price target would be 280s. If it can't break 240, where's my price target? 158 to 175 to 177. So let me just do the 1 minute. So it's 232, 218. So if we cannot break, let me just make sure I got this right. I got all these dumb prices in here. Just bear with me. So if we can't break this 240, dun, dun, dun. So if we can't break 240, where does it go? I believe it'll come down to the 175 to 164. So 164 to 177 is where I think this price will go. So we'll do the 1 day, 1 minute. So if you can't break 240 and 205, where does this price go? 177 to 164. So if you're a long bias trader, you want this 205 to hold. If it holds, where does it go? It goes to 240. If you can't break 205, where does it go? 177 to 164. That's my trade plan on MFA. I will be trading this as well. And then my other one will be, let me just find it. Dun, dun, dun. IVR. Now this one has a lot of range. So my price levels that I'm watching on this is if we cannot break, let me just show you, and you can do this on your charts. So this stock went from $2.44 to $7. Had a pullback from the $7, ended up going to $1.82. So the key levels to watch on this is 163 to $4.43. So if it cracks underneath $4.43, where does the stock go? $3.25. So this is the main areas I'll be watching on this stock. So this 443 to 445 is going to be the key point. If this stock goes above 445, it goes higher. If it cannot break 445, where do I think it goes? I think it goes to 406 and lower. So I will definitely be watching this one on Monday. I think that's going to be all the ones that I'm watching. That's all the ones that I see in play right now that has a lot of volatility. Some of them may move a little bit, some may move not that much. But all it is just price channels. That's all I'm going to start playing from now on, is just price channel. So, and where do I think the stock's going? I just look at the history, and it's going to show me where the stock's going to go. So as of Monday, if you're a short bias trader, if you're a long bias trader, and you want to trade some of the stocks that I'm looking at, now you have a plan. But if you don't agree on my price levels, then get your own plan so that from now on that you're prepared. Otherwise, you're gonna have happen to me what happened on Friday. Is when I went into that CLSK trade, I was looking at my phone and I had the wrong bias to this trade. Would have been the right bias is, see, this is where I went wrong. When the stock gaps up, this is what I was looking at right here. This is what caught my attention. I'm like, okay, this stock went from 396, and if you look at it, this is a huge support, so which should have turned into resistance. And I seen this thing running. So this is what threw me off, and then it went downhill from there. So that should have been resistance, and it is what it is. But this is how I was not prepared. This is how I took that loss on Friday. So don't let this happen to you. So moving on, I can't trade this if I'm looking at my phone and I don't see a stock that I'm familiar with. I cannot trade it. That's my new rules implied. I can't trade it unless I know the stock's history. And this was not the stock's history. So, but if you look, now looking at it, hindsight's always 20/20. That 373, huge resistance. But this stock doesn't have a lot of history with it when it spikes. So, so come Monday, the only thing I would be really looking at is if we retest this 201. That's obviously going to be huge resistance now. If you can't break the 201, where do I think it's going to go? Back to the 120s, but I won't probably be watching the stock unless the stock really gaps up huge. The main stock for volatility, I think, is probably going to be on ASTC. That's probably going to be the main one I'm going to be watching. But then you guys know all the rest that I'm going to be watching. So, that's all my trades lining up for Monday. A lot of them, you can either be short or long biased. Like I say, I'm not going to have any bias until Monday comes. Once Monday comes, I will have a game plan, and I'm going to stick to that game plan. So, now we got all that. You guys all know what I'm going to be watching as of Monday. So, I guess until then, traders, have a good day.